My name is Mabel, and I am 27 years old. I live a busy life, juggling two important roles. I work in an office where I have a well-defined position, and I am also a housewife. My husband, Jack, is the same age as me. Our marriage has had its fair share of ups and downs, but we recently celebrated our second wedding anniversary. Jack is a loving husband, but one thing that often troubles me is his deep attachment to his mother, Audrey. She has a habit of treating me poorly, almost as if it is her favorite pastime. Over time, I have learned to endure it, and I take pride in how well I have managed to handle everything. In a way, my job has become a source of relief for me. Thanks to my dedication and hard work, I have received multiple promotions, reaching positions that are not commonly held by women. Currently, I am away on a business trip, traveling across Europe for important meetings. Right now, I am in the middle of a crucial meeting when, suddenly, my phone vibrates. I have set it to silent mode, so the vibration surprises me. It happens again almost immediately. I hesitate for a moment but then decide to take a quick peek under the table. To my shock, the screen is filled with repeated calls from my mother-in-law, Audrey. My heart races. Something must have happened, otherwise, why would she be calling me so persistently? Worried, I excuse myself and step out to return her call. Before I can even dial, my phone vibrates again with another call from her. As soon as I answer, her irritated voice greets me. Hello, Mabel, where are you right now? I immediately regret answering. Something about her tone tells me this is not an emergency. Trying to stay polite, I say, hello, Audrey, how are you? Is there something urgent? She ignores my greeting and snaps. Why aren't you answering my question? Where are you? I sigh inwardly. This is nothing new. Trying to keep my composure, I respond. I'm currently on a business trip. Audrey, Jack should have told you. I'm in the middle of an important meeting, so can I call you back later? Her voice sharpens. Of course, Jack told me, but why are you leaving your home and husband alone? Come back immediately. I blink in disbelief. Did I hear her correctly? I'm sorry, Audrey, but I have an important meeting right now, and I really can't. She cuts me off, her frustration growing. You're just Jack's wife. Why are you acting so high and mighty? I don't care about your so-called work. Come home this instant. Today is a very important day. Confused, I ask, important? What's happening today? She hesitates for a moment, then says smugly, we're celebrating my 60th birthday today. I frown. That can't be right. Audrey's birthday celebration was planned for the end of the month. Jack and I had even arranged for a special dinner at a nice restaurant. Why was she suddenly moving the date without telling me? Realizing that she's just trying to create trouble for me, I keep my tone calm and firm. As I mentioned, Audrey, I'm on a business trip. I can't come back right now. How heartless. Jack took the day off for me. All the relatives are coming. And you? Work, work, work. Do you not care about your husband's family? I know if I let her continue, she will keep talking in circles, twisting the situation to make me look like the bad one. Not wanting to waste any more time, I say, I'm sorry, but no matter what you say, I can't attend today. Audrey suddenly goes silent. Then, after taking a deep breath, she spits out, fine, if you won't respect this family, then I won't recognize you as part of it anymore. Don't bother coming back. It's divorce. Jack was too good for you anyway. Her words are cruel, but they don't surprise me. This is just how Audrey is. Still, I don't want to argue with her over the phone. Keeping my voice steady, I reply, all right, Audrey, I'll talk to you once I return. She scoffs. Talk? Ha, you're not coming back. I'll handle this with Jack myself. And with that, she hangs up. I let out a long sigh, exhausted from dealing with her drama. Shaking off my frustration, I return to my meeting. 2 days and several meetings later, I finally return home. My heart is heavy with anger and frustration as I recall Audrey's words. I barely remember the journey home. I am too lost in thought. As I open the front door, I hear a tired voice greet me. Welcome back. It's Jack. His voice sounds worn out. As I step inside, my eyes land on something unexpected, a pile of cardboard boxes stacked in the living room. My husband, covered in sweat, is sealing them with duct tape. Confused, I ask, what's with the boxes? Jack hesitates before answering. They're your things. My heart sinks. He explains that Audrey went ahead with her birthday celebration without me and told all the relatives that she was going to make Jack divorce me. She claimed I was an ungrateful wife who didn't deserve to be in their family. I stare at him, and, what did you say? Did you agree? Jack lowers his head. I didn't say yes, but I didn't say no either. My father told me to just do as Mom says. So, I packed up your stuff. I feel a strange sense of clarity. No one in Jack's family will ever stand up to Audrey, not even Jack himself. And that's when it hits me. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe this is my chance to be free from all of this. I straighten my back and look Jack in the eyes. All right, then, let's get a divorce. A weight lifts off my shoulders as I take my first step toward freedom. I walked away from that life, leaving it all behind. I was sure that Audrey, my ex-mother-in-law, would be so shocked that she might even have a stroke. But honestly, that was no longer my concern. Jack had told me that our marriage was just a cover to convince his mother, and when he handed me the divorce papers, I wasted no time in submitting them. After that, I signed a lease for my new apartment and moved in as quickly as I could. A month passed peacefully, and just when I thought I had finally cut ties with that family, my phone rang. To my surprise, it was Audrey. I hesitated for a moment before answering, wondering what she could possibly want from me now. What do you need from me? Aren't you happy that you finally got rid of me? I asked sarcastically. Audrey sighed before responding. You're still the same. I see, just listen to me. She began talking, her tone as condescending as ever. It was about Jack. Apparently, after I left, Audrey had been visiting his apartment regularly to do chores, but every time she went, she found him lounging around. He wasn't working, and he wasn't sick either. He was simply doing nothing. She wanted to know if I had any idea what was going on. I nearly laughed but managed to keep my voice even. Of course, he's like that. Jack has no intention of working ever again. Audrey seemed taken aback, but then, as if she had completely forgotten how she had treated me in the past, she asked, Mabel, can you do something about this? I scoffed. Why should I? You never wanted me in your family. Now you expect me to help just because it's convenient for you? Audrey ignored my response and pressed on. Did you say something to Jack before you left? Maybe that's why he's acting this way. I couldn't believe her audacity. Did she really think I was the problem here? Did she not see that Jack was the issue? I'm the one who was hurt in all this, you know. Oh, please, you only married Jack so you could live in luxury, so why would getting divorced be painful for you? I was stunned for a second before I burst out laughing. Are you serious? I was the one financially supporting Jack during our entire marriage. I paid for everything, even for you. I couldn't afford to live extravagantly because I was too busy covering his expenses. In fact, I should probably go ahead and file for alimony. Audrey immediately snapped. How dare you lie like that? You just forgot to ask for alimony, didn't you? Jack has a better job and a higher salary than you. If you need money, Eric can pay you off. But don't be ridiculous. Jack is a top executive at a major company. Her words were so delusional that I realized she still didn't know the truth. Jack had obviously kept her in the dark. Smirking, I decided to let her in on the reality of her precious son. Your super elite son has been a full-time house husband for a long time now. He quit his job ages ago. What? That's a lie, Audrey shrieked, her voice so loud I had to pull my phone away from my ear. Check with the company if you don't believe me, I said calmly. You'll see who's telling the truth. There was a long silence on the other end of the line. Then, in a quieter voice, she asked, well, what if that is true? What are we supposed to do? I can't support him on my pension alone. No woman will marry him if he's unemployed. What are we going to do? I grinned. What shall we do? Indeed? She was silent again before I heard her whispering to someone beside her. Then she came back on the line and said, Mabel, will you please come back home? I blinked, thinking I must have misheard her. No, we're divorced. I wouldn't go back to that family even if the world turned upside down. That's when I heard a loud voice in the background. I told you I'd come get you back once things settled down. It was Jack. I couldn't believe my ears. Audrey chimed in excitedly. Yes, yes, you could remarry my son. I scoffed. Are you joking? Absolutely not. Mabel, think about it seriously. I rolled my eyes. I warned you last time we spoke that I wouldn't regret my decision. I don't want to deal with a man who's obsessed with his mother or with an overbearing mother-in-law ever again. Audrey, still grasping at straws, said, I never thought you'd actually go through with the divorce. I chuckled. Well, I did, and Jack was the one who packed up my stuff and kicked me out, remember? That was just a prank, she insisted. A prank? I repeated. shaking my head in disbelief. That's not just a prank, that's far worse. At that point, I realized there was no point in continuing this ridiculous conversation. I glanced at my watch, my lunch break was almost over. This entire exchange had been a complete waste of time. Audrey, are you finished? I asked. What? What did you say? She replied in a falsely sweet tone, as if she thought I might change my mind. I'm hanging up now, I have work to do. As I pulled the phone away from my ear, I could still hear her screaming, wait, Mabel, say something. She then turned on Jack. Jack, you idiot, this is your fault, you didn't do it right, and now look what happened. It was clear that Audrey would always blame others when things didn't go her way. I had no patience for it anymore, so I ended the call and immediately blocked her number. Not long after, Jack himself tried contacting me, insisting he wanted to come back and get me. Since he was so persistent, I saw it as a good opportunity to demand alimony through my lawyer. His family, ever weak when it came to legal matters, quickly paid the full amount in a lump sum just to avoid further trouble. As for me, my career took off, my business proposal was approved, I landed a major contract, and I received another promotion with an even higher salary. Now, I live a comfortable and drama-free life, free from in-law troubles. If I ever consider marriage again, you can bet I'll be doing a thorough background check to make sure I don't end up with another man-child or a meddling mother-in-law.